So today we have Kent Rasmussen with us, a serious pioneer in California winemaking, a serious Pinot Noir specialist, just a very gifted winemaker.
Thank you.
How'd
Thank
you fall into this?
Oh boy, it's been a lot of years now. I started in the wine industry in 1979, and that was a whole different time and age for California Pinot Noir. I mean, I think up to that point, people said California Pinot Noir, and everybody kind of looked the other way. And it was a challenge. It was a time when the industry was just starting to boom. It was a time where I think there was lots and lots of interest in research in grape varietals, turning California into a real world-class producer. And Pinot Noir was the real bad grape in that day and age. I mean, it was the black sheep of California's industry, and it was the wine that I wanted to address. About that same time, the whole idea of cool weather grape growing was starting up, and Carneros became the talk of the town, and you know, it was a challenge, and I just thought this would be a fun. If I'm going into the wine industry, this is where I want to go.
But
So.
you picked the most difficult grape. Why'd you do that?
It was a challenge. It was
You
fun.
like challenges.
It was fun, and I think people kind of need to understand that Napa Valley in that day and age wasn't what it is today. Napa Valley was economically a depressed area. I mean, a lot of the housing was condemned, and it's hard to believe that. And buying land in Napa was very easy in those days. And the area that's called Carneros now was a very cold, windswept dairy farming district that was very, very derelict. And you know, looking at Pinot Noir and what it needed, and thinking, okay, we can do it here, but doing it there wasn't the risk that it would be today. I mean, land was very inexpensive. If it hadn't worked out, I guess we could have grown cows on it, just like it had been growing on it for years. So,
What year was your first release?
we first started making wine in '79. We didn't actually release anything until '86. So it was a few years.
What were you doing then?
You could say a learning curve.
A learning.
Yes,
Okay.
uh-huh.
Okay. So your first release was
Yeah.
'86.
Yeah. Although I had a bottle of our 1979, it was about 2 years ago, and I just was absolutely amazed. I mean, to think that a California Pinot could age like that, it was still drinking beautifully. So
Was it beautiful?
yeah,
It was
yeah.
great.
It was really a lovely
The fruit
wine.
was still there.
It still had fruit, it had structure, it had good acid. It was really amazing.
What would you say to someone starting out today trying to do what you did? Is it possible?
You know, when we started, my wife and I were just a couple Berkeley hippies, and we really had absolutely no money, and it was possible. We did it. It was, I mean, we were able to build a winery with absolutely nothing, and you can't do that anymore. There's still a place to start. It's one of the big problems I think we're having right now in Napa is that it's a rich man's land now, and it's very, very difficult to start if you're not a rich person. And that's a different ethos than when we started, where just a couple Berkeley hippies could say, oh, we're going to start a winery and do it. That isn't to say you can't do it, and it isn't to say there's anything really wrong with those people. Many of them are wanting to pursue ideals far higher than the ideals that I wanted to pursue. But you can't do it without money nowadays. It's just impossible.
True of so many things.
So
right?
many things.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Good, good.